Hey everyone, Pastor Rob Singleton.
Hello? Rob? Rob?
Welcome to the real world.
So, let's get real.
Like really real.
I'm on vacation, but I wanted to talk about this question, what is a woman?
That is the question.
Because it's showing up everywhere. We see it on headline news at the Supreme Court nomination proceedings and in collegiate sports, where biological men are competing against biological women and almost everywhere in between.
Well, can't you get away from it?
You're seeing this question sort of being whispered, not being asked out loud. Well, not everywhere. It's strikingly absent in churches and on the lips of pastors nearly everywhere. Now,
Pastor?
most would simply say, well, I'm not going to talk about something so obvious because everybody knows the answer to this. To that, let me push back on you if you are in ministry and you are giving that kind of response. Is biblical marriage obvious?
Well, duh.
Is life inside a womb obvious?
Well, duh.
Free speech?
Well, duh.
The fact that there's just two genders?
Duh.
Well, they're really obvious and plain for everybody to see, but that doesn't make them acceptable in the sort of religion of secular humanism. Listen, truth matches reality. That's actually the definition of truth, but that's not enough for many to accept it. Romans 1 talks about this divide between the plain and the obvious, and the embracing of the same obvious. Romans 1:18 through 20. It says, the wrath of God is being revealed from heaven against all the godlessness and wickedness of people who, look at this, suppress the truth.
Push it down.
By their wickedness. Says, what may be known about God is very plain to them because God has made it plain to them.
Right, obviously.
Verse 20, for since the creation of the world, God's invisible qualities, his eternal power and divine nature have been clearly seen, being understood from what has been made, so that people are without excuse.
And you're 5 years old?
Okay, big deal. Why does this matter, Pastor Rob? It's not like Christians are supposed to go looking for controversy, even though it seems like they do so much. We're just supposed to, love others and, get along. Well, we are, in fact, supposed to do. That's the second part of the Great Commandment in Matthew 22. Love your neighbor as yourself. But let me ask you something. Do you lie to yourself? Do you cancel yourself? Silence yourself? Put yourself in timeout? Ban yourself? Discriminate against yourself?
Do better.
Maybe you do, but that would hardly be in alignment with love. That's more like self-loathing. So when people respond with love, all you need is love.
All you need is love.
Dun, 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 dun. I respond with define love. I mean, how do you define love? What are you saying love is? Then comes the blank stares, followed by a lot of stuttering and stammering, before settling on a humanistic non-definition for this most powerful of virtues. Things like, here's what I've heard. Love is a feeling. Love is fondness. Love is going after whatever makes you happy. Love is being with the one who makes you feel good about yourself. Love is being accepting. Love is never hurting somebody's feelings. I'm trying to remember all the ones I've heard. Love is tolerance, certainly. I mean, that's a lot of different kinds of love. The Bible only talks about 4 different kinds of love. 1, eros, which is erotic or sexual love. 2, philia, which is a friendship or brotherly love.
We're brothers.
Sisterly love.
Sisterhood.
3, storge, like with a parent and their child, that kind of love. And 4, agape. That's God-powered, unconditional, sacrificial love.
With perfect love, perfect trust.
With all of these, by far, agape is the most powerful. It's the love Christ showed in giving his own life to pay for our sins. It's the love we all should aspire to. Now, compare this to the most recent definitions of love added by psychology today. This is June 25th, 2016. That was a while ago, so there may be more by now. But here's the first one. It's called, I think it's pronounced ludus. Ludus is a playful or uncommitted love. It can involve activities such as teasing and dancing or overt flirting, seducing, things like that. That doesn't sound like love. That sounds more like selfishness. That sounds like the dark side of Eros, basically lust. Here's the next one, pragma. Pragma is a kind of practical love founded on reason or duty and one's long-term interests. Sexual attraction takes a backseat in favor of personal qualities and compatibilities, shared goals, and, the whole idea of just making something work. Again, unnecessary, just a selfish form of phileo. Next one, philatia, or I don't know how you pronounce it. But anyways, it's actually a self-love, which can be healthy or unhealthy. Unhealthy self-love is akin to just pride and just thinking too much of yourself. But there's supposedly a healthy side to this too. What I want you to notice is that these are all just counterfeits of the biblically pure forms of love that I already mentioned. So you might be wondering how going over the true nature of love helps us with the question of what is a woman? Well, it helps in the same sense that taking apart an engine and understanding how it works can best teach you to reassemble the engine correctly. Stay with me. If we don't understand the foundations and origins of the word love, then we will inevitably assemble something different, assemble something that even looks like it. It might even be similar, but it won't be the real thing. And therein lies the problem with such a seemingly easy question as, what is a woman? Using a faulty understanding of love as simply, maybe tolerance and wholesale approval of any lifestyle or decision, we then approach the defining of a word like woman with the goal of accepting anyone who feels like a woman, imagines themselves as a woman, fantasizes about being a woman, or wishes they were just a woman, over someone who, as, by the way, this is Webster's dictionary, still defines it as an adult female human being. So, Webster's, the most well-known and widely accepted dictionary on the planet for years and years, and in all of the history of the printed word, has a pretty straightforward and easy-to-understand definition of woman. Yet, today's leading minds can't define it. Or more likely, they just won't define it. They obviously understand it, but they don't feel safe defining it. Politicians can't, Ivy League professors can't, Supreme Court nominees can't define it, but your average 7-year-old can. What is going on here? Well, watch part 2 for more. Till then, this has been Pastor Rob, and you're watching The Real World.